I'd like to take a question now which pertains to the overall conference. Obviously, there's a lot going on in Canada at the moment, but I'm sure there was also interest on the part of journalists here in the progress or the expectations of the conference. So if you have a question relating to that, the gentleman over there.
I'm William D'Alessandro from Victor House News. What sense does it make for the Kyoto Protocol parties to commit or begin the discussions about specific targets post-2012 when U.S., China, and Australia and other major producers are guaranteed not to commit to legally binding targets? Another way to phrase the question is why not just move to some more flexible post-2012 under maybe the UN Framework Convention and sort of forget about this bearish specific quota target?
It will be for each country to answer to your question. You understand that. What I may say, though, is that in my consultations, I never met an Annex I country saying, I don't want to reach my target anymore. Everybody seems committed to do it, even though it's very difficult. And even though the Annex I countries with demanding target are now 35% of the emissions, and in 2012 they will be less than 25% of the emissions. So what these countries said, if I may speak certainly for Canada, is that we are committed for our Kyoto commitment. We believe in the necessity to have targets. It's a good demanding motivation. At the same time, we feel a bit lonely. We understand the views of other countries. We don't want to impose to them targets if they don't want. We need to find innovative solutions to work together. And there is a strong expectation that this conference will help for that. So we need to respect the views of the countries that don't want any target for the reasons that they are better than me to explain. At the same time, we need to find very positive incentives in a better international regime to have a broader participation, short to agree about regulated national targets under Kyoto.
Yes, the gentleman with the yellow tie, I think it is.
Tim Hirsch, BBC News. Minister, going back to the point about the United States, you spoke earlier about your desire to build bridges. It's fairly clear from comments from the administration's delegation here, the US delegation here, that they have no intention of walking over that bridge. Harlan Watson, in an interview last night, said that he would resist absolutely any initiative which might come from yourself to use the Framework Convention for any kind of commitment or statement about long-term future action. Where exactly is this consensus that you speak about going to come from if that attitude prevails over the next fortnight?
We'll see. I cannot speak on behalf of the U.S. administration. I have a very good relationship with Mr. Watson and Madame Dobryansky, and the conference is only beginning.
Yes, sir.
Monsieur Dion, Pierre Saint-Arnaud, NTR, Presse canadienne. Justement, par rapport aux Américains, c'est clair que vous attendez pas de les embarquer dans le protocole de Kyoto, mais vos attentes par rapport aux Américains, quelles sont-elles dans le cadre de cette conférence-ci, d'une part, et d'autre part, M. Kinley semblait indiquer qu'il y avait quand même des efforts importants qui ont été faits du côté des États-Unis. Est-ce que vous en êtes satisfait des efforts que l'on constate du côté des États-Unis actuellement?
Les États-Unis font beaucoup d'efforts. Je ne suis satisfait de rien dans ce domaine. Je trouve que l'écart entre ce que la science nous demande de faire et ce que les pays arrivent à faire avec toute la bonne volonté du monde est tellement énorme qu'on doit tous s'efforcer d'améliorer nos performances, tant sur le plan intérieur qu'à l'international. Et on ne peut pas se passer les Américains parce qu'ils représentent 25% des émissions et encore un plus large pourcentage des solutions, des capacités scientifiques, de l'imagination. Par exemple, pour la situation dans l'Arctique, à chaque fois qu'on a des scientifiques qui se réunissent, il y a à peu près autant d'Américains que tous les autres pays réunis. C'est une puissance énorme, les Américains, et il faut trouver toujours une meilleure façon de travailler avec eux.
Yes, sir.
Peter Gorey from the Toronto Star. I'm just wondering, Minister, what the consequences are for what seems to be the direction we're heading, which is a two-track system, some countries in Kyoto and some out. Can you have a process that goes forward on that basis?
I'm looking forward to have a positive outcome for future action. But you understand now I am in a listening mood. It's my role as President at the beginning to listen what different countries have to say, and after to come with suggestions and hopefully solutions. And it's at the end of the conference that we will see the outcome. I don't underestimate the difference of views. I know it, I know that the key point is about national targets regulated by a protocol like Kyoto. You have countries that think that it's good, it's a good motivation, Canada being one of them. As long as the targets are doable, they are reasonable, it's a motivation to do the right things. You have countries that think they are not at all in a situation to accept a national target, let's say because a large part of their population don't have access to electricity, for instance. So they would say, come on, we cannot have that. Help us to develop ourselves without repeating the mistakes you did, but don't ask us to have a sacrifice like a target. We are not ready for that. And you have countries that think that short-term targets are not the way to go because the solution is long-term technological solutions. And I'm aware of these differences of views, but the role of a president is to try to bridge and to come with a rapprochement, and it's what I will try to provide.
I'm afraid we're going to have to slowly wrap up this press conference, but before we finish, we have someone who has a special message. If that person would like to come in.
Are you sure it's a person?
Aha. Right, it's not actually a person, it looks more like an animal. And it's not just any animal, it's a panda bear. Looks very much like a Worldwide Fund for Nature panda bear. And that bear has a message I'll read out. It's been handed to me beforehand. And it says, Mr. Dion, on behalf of World Wildlife Fund, we wish you good luck as President of the COP. Work hard, be brave, do it for Mother Earth. Signed, Panda Bear. Je vais le dire en français au nom du Fonds mondial de la faune. Nous vous souhaitons bonne chance en tant que président de la conférence. Travaillez fort, soyez courageux et faites-le au nom de la Terre. Signé le panda. Voilà. Oh, nice cuddly hug. It's bon courage. Thank you very much, Mr. Panda Bear. And that brings us to the end of this press conference. Thank you very much for coming. Thanks to those journalists who have watched from abroad via the webcast.